Hi, good afternoon. We're watching the rain for sure over South Louisiana. It's been a kind of stormy midday and afternoon, and we still have rain out there, so we're not finished with it yet. A couple of things, though, as we get into this afternoon. We're not quite at 1 p.m., just ahead of 1 p.m. now, and we are watching the showers and storms, but at this point, they are not severe as far as really high damaging wind gusts or large hail or any sort of tornadic rotation. Thankfully, right now, there's a lot, it's not severe, but there is a lot of heavy rain and lightning, but at least we're not seeing some of those severe elements that would be prompting a lot of high wind gusts, maybe damage to buildings and trees down and so forth. That's a possibility this afternoon for sure. We're under a severe thunderstorm watch, but I just did want to stress that we don't have any warnings going at this time if you're joining us right before the 1 p.m. hour on Facebook Live. So welcome. We're just going to get into detail with a couple of things that we're watching this afternoon and the next couple of days. We do have a severe thunderstorm watch issued now for the yellow shaded areas until 6 p.m. So again, mostly we're kind of past the initial firing up and arrival of the showers and storms, which was really when our severe threat was highest. Now, more so, we're going to be waiting on the heavy rain threat. So the green shaded area actually extends underneath the yellow on this map, and that's a flash flood watch. So that was issued early this Tuesday morning and continues until Thursday at noon. It went into effect at noon in the New Orleans area and north of the lake, and it will stay in effect for 2 whole days because we'll have a couple of rounds of these downpours. So again, here we are looking at the rain and a lot of lightning. I've been registering how many lightning strikes, drawing out little boxes, and it's been about 1,000 plus lightning strikes per 10-minute or so time period. Here we are in New Orleans, and again, it's nice to see some of the rain at least passing by and getting slightly lesser rain rates in the New Orleans area here and there. Notice it's pretty heavy at New Orleans East along much of the West Bank, but over the city it's not quite as heavy. Now, there is a pocket that's going to move in, so you're going to see it pick up in the city pretty soon, but again, at least it's not bright red over us sitting, and at least these little pockets of rain are moving. Here we are looking a bit farther south where there was a severe thunderstorm warning earlier this afternoon, about a half hour ago, for the Raceland area. That is now not the case. It has expired, and you can see there is rain and lightning and thunder, but just not really that potential for the large hail any longer with that particular cell or the really high wind gusts. And there were lots of a line of very heavy rain pretty much all across. Those of you at Tangipahoa Parish, it was just charging in, and now it's kind of weakened a little bit, and in fact is not quite so strong over toward our Mississippi areas, but we thankfully have seen some of the heaviest rain dying down a little bit there with our radar scene. And look at this, I mean, all across the southeast, and it's just right over Southeast Louisiana. So no surprise, we're used to rain here in the southern part of the state and the southeast part of Louisiana, but we are going to continue with this for a little bit more. The yellow is the severe thunderstorm watch box. Again, that goes until 6 p.m. So we're still watching. We'll watch closely. Chris Franklin just entered the building for those of you curious. So we are going to be here the whole time watching everything closely, but thankfully at this point, nothing severe right now, and really we'll turn our attention more, as I said, to the heavy rain threat as we just kind of have these showers and storms continuing over the afternoon, but really no huge problems at this point, aside from, yes, we have the storms. High pressure has shifted to the east. Our setup has also included a warmer air surging in along the coast. We have another front just kind of hovering out here to our north, and these things plus a little upper level support are all helping the showers and storms to form. If you're curious about when it will end, I know that's everyone's question, and it does look like probably this evening, so maybe 5, 6 p.m., something like that, our rain chance goes down. And until then, it will not necessarily be stormy, extremely heavy rain the whole time, kind of like we're seeing right now. We'll have some periods of some slightly heavier rain followed maybe by a little bit of tapering off, and then it may get a little bit heavy again. Temperatures are in the 70s, and that may be the trend as we get into the next several days. We're not really looking for a lot of warmth with this sort of stormy pattern. Rain totals today so far, of course, this is only just coming in, so we will add to this through the day, but I did just want to pop this up really quickly in case you're curious. Look at this. Hammond has registered well over 1.25 inches of rain, and Baton Rouge not quite 1 inch so far today. So here's our high resolution model. It's not doing a perfect job. It's not starting exactly like we see it on radar right now, so not initializing perfectly. But notice by 3 p.m. it has some rain, but since it had the rain a little bit farther out to the west when we started, we may even by possibly 3, 4, 5 p.m. see some of this subsiding and probably decreasing closer to the coast. This is 7:30, so you can see the overall trend will be evening time, starting to see the rain taper off. But really for the next few hours, you'll want to have an umbrella. You'll want to kind of be prepared if you're driving around and you know some spots that typically fill with water, even in a little summer thunderstorm type situation. You know, you may want to just be aware of that. They might fill with water perhaps again this afternoon. Here's 11 p.m. Looks pretty quiet overnight, and we'll go forward in time now. This is 3 a.m. Wednesday, so starting off the early morning kind of quiet, but we may actually start Wednesday morning maybe with another round of a few showers, at least with another wave. This is a pretty big round of rain moving in perhaps tomorrow during the daytime, maybe midday and afternoon, and probably subsiding again tomorrow in the evening hours. The severe weather threats and the things we're really watching for with this system, first of all, I think will be the rain. That's the main thing. We're going to get 3 to 5 inches, and if any of that comes really fast, we could easily have a couple of flash flood warnings or street flood warnings issued. So the flooding threat will be there. And then also the high wind gusts, but actually we've almost gotten past the point where we're going to see really high wind gusts just for today, for example. And tomorrow our severe threat will be a little bit lower even than what we had today. As for the tornado threat, it does thankfully look pretty low right now, and there could be some hail perhaps this afternoon. We'll watch for that. These thunderstorms just reach up so high into the atmosphere. They can, of course, freeze particles and kind of allow it to jump around with updrafts and downdrafts and get bigger and bigger. And that's how we get the hail sometimes, even though it's not cold. Sometimes we get questions about that from people. Our European rain totals are showing up to maybe 2 or 3 inches of rain. The GFS, the latest one, has a lot of rain north of the lake, maybe 5 to 8 inches there. But I will say that this GFS model, this is not written in stone. These are not our official rain forecasts. I just wanted to show you what some of the models are saying. This one has been jumping around a little bit. I've noticed it going a little bit more or less. And then here's another model saying more for the South Shore with a 3 to 5 inches there and maybe not quite so much north. So we will see, but I would be prepared for at least a couple of inches of rain, maybe more than that. And potentially we could see higher than even the 3 to 5 inch rain totals through Thursday midday. The severe risk for today is there. We're still officially under that level 2 risk for most of our area, a little lower risk farther north. So we'll be watching for all these things, as I said, really closely. We'll be here, of course, with you through the entire event the next couple of days. But we're really kind of past the point at this time. Now it's exactly 1 p.m. in New Orleans that we're going to see the threat for the severe weather kind of going down probably through this afternoon, although I wouldn't rule it out. We're still going to watch. Tomorrow, we're at a little lower risk for severe weather. We have a marginal risk for severe storms tomorrow. And then we do continue with our flash flood watch. That goes officially until noon Thursday. And then even after that, we have rain chances, but hopefully it'll be a bit more scattered and not so much the flooding threat, even though we do continue with rain chances on Friday and into Saturday. Here's our 7-day forecast. For example, today, some strong storms, some heavy thunderstorms, really over the next maybe 3-4 hours, and then we'll see it probably subsiding after that. Overnight, we get a little bit of a lull for most of us, and then we'll do it again tomorrow. And then Thursday, it's been looking like perhaps Thursday morning, we may get a wave of rain, just with all the same things in place. A lot of moisture in the atmosphere, a front which will kind of gradually move through and then finally make its way south toward the end of the week of our coast. And then another front Saturday may kind of dry us out as we move into Sunday and into early next week. So that's really generally what we're looking at this point. Let me pull up our WWL Facebook page. I have it right over here, so I can just kind of see what you guys are interested in hearing about. If you have any questions or things like that, just give me 1 second, and I will pull it up and see what you guys want to know about. All right, let's see. Oh, thanks. A lot of you are saying thank you for the update. Absolutely happy to be able to spend some time with you guys on Facebook instead of on air. I have so much time. This is just so relaxing and comfy to have all this time to talk to you. I'm just kidding. I'm not super relaxed right now, of course, while we're watching the storms. But anyway, a lot of you giving reports, looking bad in Luling, raining hard in Chack Bay. Thanks for those reports. Chantel's asking any hail. There is a chance for that, Chantel, but we're just not really seeing it at this point. We had a couple of warnings earlier, and I've been, checking our radar tool that shows hail, and we're just not really seeing a whole lot at that point, but we'll continue to watch. Someone asking on Saturday, is it an all rain event? No, it looks like more so Saturday morning probably, and maybe some drying out Saturday evening. But models, are still differing a little bit at that time, so we will track it for you. But yeah, I would say mostly Saturday morning and then easing perhaps for the afternoon. Let me put radar back up for those of you just curious about that. Maybe you're trying to get outside, do a little something. Hopefully not too much for too long, because we just have, look at that, just right over Southeast Louisiana is exactly where the rain is located. In other spots, not seeing so much across the Southeast like I was showing you. Oh, cool, Ricky's getting married, congratulations. Well, hopefully it'll work out for you, Ricky. I know, kind of iffy on Saturday, but hopefully it'll be just the morning. We will see. But you guys, thank you so much. Let's see, humidity Sunday. Yeah, it looks like humidity might be going down, especially early next week. So yeah, Sunday we could see that. Patricia is asking, any flooding in Mid-City? I'm not seeing that right now. Let me pull up our Streetwise site that kind of shows that, when the city shows all the different places where it's flooding. Give me 1 second, I'll check on that for you. Nope, not seeing any at this point. So at least the city of New Orleans not reporting any right now. And so you can see that, with the rain that we're getting, it's kind of heavy at times, but it's not, just completely bright red hanging over us the whole time. So hopefully we'll be able to handle, the rain this afternoon. I mean, I certainly wouldn't rule out a bit of street flooding here or there, but just not seeing a report of that so far. And absolutely happy to help Patricia. Will it slack up in Covington? Yes, it's going to take a little while. Look at you in Covington. Well, look at this. Actually, it's kind of interesting to see. It was this really high reflectivity showing the reds on radar, of course, corresponding to really heavy rain. So that was really just all over Tangipahoa Parish and edging into St. Tammany. You had a severe thunderstorm warning. Your phone may have gone off for that earlier around noon, but now it's kind of quieting down. But notice that Covington is kind of on the fringes of some of this heavier rain around Hammond or just south of Hammond, around Lake Maurepas, Laplace. You're getting some pretty heavy rain right now. But again, I think the trend will be a little bit more on and off as far as the really heavy stuff goes, and then easing up a little bit, and then possibly getting a bit heavier again. But we're kind of shifting our focus to more of the rain as opposed to the severe threat. Although, of course, as I said, we'll keep watching. Raining pretty hard in Kenner. Thanks for the report, Tanya. Neutral ground parking allowed. Edward, I think so. I think I saw something from WWL TV about that. But yes, okay, thank you. Confirmed, yes. And let's see, lightning and thundering. Yes, indeed. So much lightning and thunder. In fact, the lightning appears to be decreasing a little bit right now, actually. There is certainly a lot, but compared to earlier, I drew a box around our lightning area just to kind of see how much we had, and especially north of the lake, there just isn't quite as much. In fact, Chris Franklin to the rescue. He's drawing the box for me. Thanks, Chris. Here we go. And the lightning, about 1,500 strikes. So yeah, earlier I was showing about 2,000 plus. Jumping up to that too, over the New Orleans area. So that's including, though, just to point out, he drew that huge box. That's including way over toward Lafayette and Baton Rouge. So yeah, a lot of lightning with these storms. So certainly in some localized parts of the system that we're getting right now. Again, it's kind of nice to see some spots not getting quite so much heavy rain, like north of the lake. It's kind of subsided a little bit, not to say it won't pick up a little bit more, but really the focus is going to be these heavy pockets, maybe bringing some street flooding and so forth. So please be aware of that. Remember the saying, turn around, don't drown. We say it a lot. The National Weather Service has that slogan, but it is so important because that's how a lot of weather-related, unfortunately, fatalities and so forth happened. Someone's saying they had hail in Homa. I did hear that. I heard a report of some small hail outside near Franklin as well. And let's see, any more questions from you guys? I guess that'll do it for now. So thank you guys so much for joining me. This has been nice to get to chat with you guys a little bit on Facebook. And again, I'm happy to report no warnings at this point as far as any really crazy storms going. Now, it is strong. There are strong thunderstorms, lots of heavy rain, and we're still expecting the heavy rain through the afternoon. But we'll track everything. We'll keep you updated. We have many alerts on social media at our website, wwltv.com. If you want to get our app, that might be a good idea if you don't have that for the next couple of days, especially since we're going to be under this flash flood watch all the way through Thursday. And by the way, this is it for me. I'm going to head out, and we will continue to track everything here. Chris Franklin's already looking at radar and everything just a little while or a little ways over there. But we're going to keep radar up as well here. So I'm going to say goodbye. Take care, you guys, and we'll see you again soon. And again, if you want to keep the radar up, remember you can continue to watch that here.